Maybe? Yes? I don't know.
Everyone who matters.
Wow.
Boot up the computer.
Okay. Yes, as a quick recap, last time stuff happened. I'm trying to remember what the fuck actually happened. I remember Erin went to go see her mum. Wolf finally met the entity within outside question mark his nut.
It's me. I am her. We are each other. We are not.
Persona. What else happened?
No, if it's Persona, I'm going to need a form of pro contract.
That's fair. Hey,
It's
I
a
mean,
persona.
I still need to like actually decide on what your abilities will be. Having a persona could totally be within that realm of possibility.
My Persona,
I still
a
have the
giant
idea
tree.
symbiotic anyway.
But towards the end of the session, Erin brought up the idea that her father was technically well versed within dimensionalism, something that was sort of a problem that had been floating around with you considering the necromancer, and she offered to finally take the brave leap and enter her father's, well, whatever her father had left her behind, to see if she could find a hint on what to do or any information. And entering the vault, you discovered a cube, which, as Aaron, discovered, appears to be some kind of extra dimensional space. As when you enter a place, Aaron, you suddenly see, is this your home back from Silvermount? It's admittedly a lot cleaner than you remember.
Which is surprising.
Yeah, parts of it are cleaner at least. Although technically it's supposed to be really small, I'm really bad at dimensions, so the place is kind of big.
As usual.
We're a
As
pathway.
usual.
In fairness,
Look,
halfling hovels make terrible battle maps.
It's true. Look, I drew 3 drafts
Fair.
of this map, and I had to reduce the size each time because I ended up putting into Roll20 and be like, ooh, it's too big. Aaron's house take 1 is cursed. Anyway,
I'm just saying, for anyone who's mapped like really small like bedrooms on Dwarf Fortress, that's basically how you have to map a halfling hovel.
Yep.
Yeah. Which I think would have been an interesting encounter for all the medium-sized creatures.
I mean, you'd have to use all the squeezing rules for everyone.
Yep.
thankfully Aaron's home is not quite that small. Mostly because Erminoba that isn't very visible from the inside. This is actually dug into one of the walls of Silvermount. So thankfully there was already pre-existing space that has just kind of been expanded upon and filled in with wood
Yeah,
and other shit.
we didn't build a house. We sort of commandeered a house.
Thieves.
And nobody was using it. But you're free to look around. As stated before, I didn't realize shit would be this small, so if you see anything that catches your eye, feel free to ask what it is.
Well,
So I guess Celis gets to sit in a very tiny chair.
Oh, he
What's
is very
this?
tiny.
What's this? There's tat and shit everywhere. What's this?
I mean, I know what catches my attention.
Is it the head? Oh, the big golden thing at the edge?
Yes.
Well.
I mean, that it's fair that might catch someone's attention.
Yes, indeed. Unfortunately, it doesn't appear to be actual solid gold. It appears to be some kind of like brass metal of some sort. But the weirder thing is you can kind of see like piecing it together, that could be a leg, that could be an arm. You know, considering what Aaron's father's wheelhouse was, this might be a construct of some kind. It doesn't look active, however. There's nothing glowing. It certainly is not moving.
Aaron, there's another golem.
well, there's a lot of golems. Is it functional?
It's not moving.
So that's a no. Okay.
Could just be turned off.
Does it have an on button?
So nice to me. No, actually, there's starkly little that you could interact with from the outside. Wolf, are you going to get any closer to it? As Wolf gets closer, he can almost see like what he thought would be like open joints which might move. They almost look like they've been sealed over with the same sort of gold material making up the thing.
For a
So
moment, just a brief moment, I thought you were going to say it was a Iron Maiden trap.
Oh no!
And it just grabs Wolf.
I'd be more. I don't think that'd be in Aaron's house.
No.
I don't know what her dad was like.
I mean, it would also be very awkward because the trap would try closing and then just kind of get stuck.
It's designed for small people only.
It's not just the fact that it'd take forever to actually kill Wolf.
Sure. Also, depends on me because of it. But no, how big people are checking out Aaron's house?
I can tell from what you're saying.
Yay.
20. Why didn't you load? Come on, try again.
Yeah. Actually, Wolf, do you touch it at all?
I poke it.
As you poke it, the
Actually,
body
I
of
should
you-
probably want like a knock on it. Actually, like, is it hollow?
Oh, okay. It indeed is not hollow, though you feel something weird. As an expert of hitting things, you feel like the thing didn't take the force of your knock. It, like, evenly spread itself out or something. Like, normally you'd hit something, your fist would rebound because that's how, hitting things works. But in this is it's a bit just like, immediate stop.
Aaron,
What? Aaron's still looking at the book.
why has this golem got force distribution?
Pardon?
It distributes force like a much larger target would.
Aaron closes the book and walks over to go look at it.
Like, I knock on it, but it's not like I'm knocking on this. It's as if I would knock on something much bigger. Feel.
Oh, okay, there we go. Finally loaded up. What's going on?
You know, like when you're hitting someone with a very small weapon compared to a really big weapon. The big weapon, the force spreads out more.
Can't say I know the experience. Not one for hitting things.
I can train you.
Bit of a lost cause there. I'll arm you. Aaron walks over to the machine. The computer's loading up for some reason. It's taking forever. So
I do have music for this, but I don't know if I want to play it if you're, like, on a work computer.
I mean, we can independently turn our own music down or off,
True.
and also
I
I'm
worry.
and he's alone.
I don't know that.
He literally said that earlier.
There could be clowns.
I'd be concerned if they're clowns.
Sideline, if you see any clowns, bolt them to the wall.
Scream and run away.
We have...
Alternatively, you see any black vans pull up outside?
But we have a corridor in my work that's just like a good couple, like, dozen meters of just like stone walls. It is the creepiest fucking shit ever because the lights like turn on and off one by one as you move past them. I hate it. I hate it so much.
The worst thing for mine was that at my work, it's a fairly tall building. We've got four floors for us, and the fourth floor was just a storage area for all the old equipment. And all along the back wall was where we stored the old mannequins. But all the lights were independent, so you go up there, flick one, like the closest light on, and you just see the silhouettes of mannequins in the far distance.
Ooh, that's a good.
You should have drawn the face on one of them.
This just reminds me of studying back on East break for my GCSEs, because we were all offered to come in for for extra classes because our exams were coming up. The teacher was happy to hold them during the break. The thing is, as a result, most of the building had power out because they turned it all off. The result was when we entered into the science building, it was basically pitch black throughout the entire corridor with only light kind of shining through occasional windows and the doors. Until we got down to the classroom at the very end, but we couldn't see that from the entrance. So as we were walking down the corridor, some people got really scared because looking through one of the doors, all you suddenly saw was one of those skeleton models for anatomy right up against the door.
Oh dear.
And it was also a very foggy day, and they were alone in a dark corridor. It had the effect.
Thankfully, Aaron's house has shown no presence of clowns or weird mannequins in the hallways yet.
Or anatomy skeletons.
Unless you count the bear.
Is the
Aaron.
bear like an actual bear or a bear robot? Like Rusty is a dog robot?
You're not sure. But you can certainly interact with it. But,
I mean, just visually from a distance, it doesn't clearly look like it is made of metal.
Oh no, it looks just like a taxidermied bear.
Yeah. If us, we'll go and look at that.
Very small one. Okay, I'll get to you next then.
Wherever that
So
is.
Aaron, you enter your father's workshop where leaning against the wall is this massive, couple 3 meters high brass construction. And oh, you know what this is? Your father's workshop had a guardian, Galahedrian.
Oh,
Oh, you've never actually seen him in action because your father said he was what was the word?
Unstable.
hella dangerous.
Kind of. He had a malfunction.
Oh,
For some reason, he is only programmed to hug.
You don't activate that.
As you get closer, you see the same thing Wolf saw. It's been like caulked up with additional material. That wasn't like that the last time you remember seeing him. That looks
Oh.
extra.
Looks like my father actually disabled it himself.
How old does the jamming up look?
We're to Aaron's like very expert metal eye. It looks like pretty much new. New as new can be.
Does everything
Which
else
is-
in here look relatively new? Like, is it dusty or anything in here?
Beyond the workshop, everything's very clean, but there's still like, if you like pick up something like, oh, there's a book here, you can see like there's age on it, like it's been used a few times.
Yeah, I'm more trying to figure out whether like time was stopped in here while it was closed, or something weird like that.
It's a fair guess. I mean, considering that the last time Aaron would have been in here is what, like, maybe 5-10 years ago, something like that. I'm not sure when your father died.
Oh, actually, fairly recently. Like he died, and then I came to school.
Right. Okay. Though in that case, it's still been a couple of
months
months.
ago.
Yeah, there's a plate of spaghetti on the table that isn't rotting, so you'd guess, yeah, maybe time has stopped.
Right. So it's more likely he jammed it up just before closing the cube, rather than someone else had managed to break in here and jammed it up.
Yeah,
Mhm.
probably.
Erin's gonna lean close and put her ear against Galahedron. Do I hear anything like mechanism straining? Like he's been sealed and contained, I guess, like frozen, I guess.
You do hear the very gentle, like, clicking of, like, clockwork, but no straining. Well, you do know that Galahedrian was only set to activate should the workshop or the house come under danger, and otherwise would just stay in a kind of dormant state.
Okay. Yeah, as long as you don't knock anything over.
Now the question is, how clumsy is Epos?
I want to go see the bear. Runs immediately into a stool, falls over, knocks everything down.
It wouldn't be the first time, let's be honest.
No, he's just riding on top of the bear on his shoulders, rocking it back and forth, going, "Wee, look at me! I'm a jackass!" And then it'll just fall over, break a bunch of stuff, and the robot will just like wake up, put everything back, say stop it, and go back to sleep.
Yeah, to be honest, Epos is more weirded out by the bear, because at least from a distance, it looks real. That's why he's going to go and look at it. He's not immediately jumping onto its back or anything.
Plus, you can go check out the bear.
Oh, there's the bear. Holy shit, that blends in
Yeah.
with the floor.
Yeah, there's only there's a lot of browns I used here. There's only so much brown in the world I can use. Plus, as you get closer to the really, actually, more appropriately your-sized bear, I'm rolling with it since I drew it really small. It's just a very small taxidermied bear.
He's a baby bear.
Yeah. As you get close to the bear, it suddenly speaks up. Ho ho! Hello, Aaron!
Oh my god.
Epos blinks at it. Epos, not Aaron.
You hear like the whir of cogs inside it as the bear like twitches a bit. It doesn't seem to hear you. I'm a puzzle, you see? Oh, I'm so hungry. Your daddy left something sticky and sweet for me, but my legs don't work. Can you find it for me?
Is there like a kitchen in here? Epos immediately runs towards like the kitchen and starts looking for honey.
There's a kitchen.
Aaron,
Meanwhile,
is it
Aaron has-
okay if
Aaron
I
has-
suddenly hate your dad?
No. I'm going through that experience right now too. Aaron has frozen up and kind of sitting there contemplating.
There is
That
indeed
is
a kitchen.
creepy.
What was that, J-Mac?
There is indeed a kitchen.
He's looking
There's-
for honey.
You can search. There's like these are counters with like bottles. You can like search inside. There's not really much inside here. I don't think honey would necessarily be one of the things that Aaron's family would stock, considering where they lived. However, you do see that there's some kind of, well, you're guessing maybe like an icebox or some kind of cool storage filling the outside of it.
Yeah, he's basically going through everything. He's just throwing doors open, rummaging through, going on to the next thing.
As you attempt to open, do you attempt to open the ice box?
Yeah. He's not thinking about this, he just grabs the lid and pulls.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you find it locked. But you do see there appears to be... Roll20, can you work with me for 5 fucking seconds? Thank you.
No.
You do see, if you look to the top right, there appears to be some kind of grid thing on it that, when you try to open it, just like flashes.
I start tapping it.
Ping which box you tap first.
Oh my god, it's Noughts and Crosses. That one. There we go. That one.
Wait, you're blue.
Yay. Cheat!
Like, I forget colors.
Forget colors.
Shush.
Wow, I thought I only had one colorblind friend.
I'm not colorblind, I'm just stupid.
Yeah, I got plenty of those friends.
Oof. Anyway, the grid suddenly flashes all blue and opens up.
Hey, Ipos win!
You have completed puzzle number 1, the easiest puzzle in this house. Inside, yeah, there's a bunch of snacks actually. A lot of fruity drinks. There's some kind of like nuts and stuff like that.
Ipos
No honey, though.
grabs whatever like nutty type stuff seems the stickiest. Like probably sugar coated or something. Then runs back over and starts stuffing it in the toy bear's mouth.
Stop, what are you doing?
He said he hungry!
Ooh, thank you.
Oh my god.
Does Epos just keep shoving it in his mouth?
Not constantly. He sort of stuffs a bit in, waits, sees if it's actually eating it or not. Sees if it reacts properly or not.
Sort of. His jaw doesn't really move for all this, so you just kind of like fill its mouth up with the sticky stuff, and the voice kind of comes out a bit muffled.
I did not understand a word of that.
Yeah, it might be a bit jammed, but you do see something as what looks like a very small slot in the top of the bear's mouth opens.
I dig the candy bag out to get to the top of the mouth. Yeah, I'll see what's there.
It's a piece of paper.
Yoink.
Oops.
Can Ipos
Huh.
read it? I'm presuming it's got stuff on it.
It does have stuff in it. Why are you so big, Image? I want to grab something. Okay, hold on a second. It has 2 words on it. If you look to the right,
Pickle fright. Also, sudden Five Nights feelings.
it's just a bear. Anyway,
Why?
We will-
Why does the bear produce a captcha image?
we will pan over to Ash. Ash, this appears just to be.
I'm just opening boxes and seeing what's inside.
It's just mostly a lot of garbage. It's like whatever miscellaneous stuff that's seemingly caught the Silverwicks family's eye that just appears to have been piled in here, probably for later use. Maybe there's like a lot of like wires, there's nuts and bolts, there's some scrapped up tools. It looks like there's bottles, there's caps, there's a strangely bouncy ball.
Ooh. Here you go, Bluebell. Have a bouncy ball.
With squeaks in place of it.
Hey, Aaron.
Yeah.
Is it alright if I go through the bedrooms?
Yeah.
You sure there's nothing you don't want me to find in your bedroom?
You can go through my parents.
That's what I thought.
You can go through my parents.
That's what I thought.
Underneath one of the pillows, you actually find like a wand.
Yo. I'm gonna just like sit on the bed and like try to identify that with detect magic.
Okay, I believe it's a spellcraft.
Boop. 26.
Okay. So you
Neat.
identify the wand. Other than that, there's not really much else interesting in here. Beyond, like, I mean, unless you're very interested in, like, halfling-sized clothing. There's a tiny
Not
little
really.
Well,
shoes.
now that you mention it,
Epos.
I mean, it might be a bit baggy on him, but you know.
Hey Aaron, I'm just wearing your dead father's clothing and / or your mother's clothing.
I might have to cut a tail hole, but you know.
Jesus Christ.
I'll have you know my
And
mother's
just
still
just
her property.
just knowing Aaron's family, I'm going to specifically check under the pillows for weapons.
And that's
That
where
was
you
the one.
found one of the wands.
Uh,
The other side does not have anything.
Yeah, my mother was paranoid. My father, not so much.
If I ever knew that in the event of a night raid, he was probably a little bit fucked considering he's usually confined to a wheelchair.
hey Aaron,
Actually,
found
that
a
said,
wand. Aaron, hello.
I hear you. I think Sideline may be dying.
Yeah.
I mean, he's at work. He may have gotten distracted by something. Oh, he's dropped
No, he's
off.
dead.
Yeah, I'm
Oh, he
guessing.
lives again.
Oh,
Okay, we're good.
okay.
All
Hi.
right.
Aaron, I found a wand.
Okay.
Silas, where are you up to as you sit in this very small, padded couch thing?
Not really doing anything. He's sipping tea at the moment. Just
He's
watching
chilling.
people do stuff.
Also,
Because
As-
people
as
are
he
running
usually
around
does.
and he's content to let them run around, poke at things. Well, there's not much here that really interests Silas because to him it's just a quaint little peasant house.
Rude.
Wow.
This is not a peasant house.
yeah.
You're saying this to Silas.
Yeah, I
I'm
feel the
saying
fact
this is an artisan's house.
Yeah, the
Still
fact.
not particularly high status, but there is a
Okay.
difference.
Yeah, the fact
Okay,
it's
I
got
guess
a
that
big
is
ass
true.
workshop means it's better than a peasant's house.
He's at least part of the poor middle class.
That is true. He is
Well,
middle
say
class
that.
technically.
no, he is.
I said poor middle class.
Because all the money went to his work. Most of the money didn't actually come back to us.
Exactly. The fact that it could go to his work is why he's poor middle class.
Work / debt in the end.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
A lot of debt.
Hey, that's
As Aaron would well know, her father wasn't very hot in the idea of selling his designs to. I mean, even if it would have gotten them out of debt, it didn't sit quite well with him.
Silas is just a bit doesn't really know how to feel, especially since the entire place seems to be completely awash of any emotional or psychic significance at all.
Well, strange enough
Yeah.
that you say that, as Aaron kind of wanders through and recognizes things, there's like the faint beginnings of psychic impressions.
Interesting. Is it coming from Erin, or is her presence sort of releasing psychic residue?
It seems to mostly be coming from her, but you can see that the memories that or like the feelings that she's leaving on things aren't entirely hers.
Yeah, Silas is gonna give a little bit of time then and let that spread before looking for any strong emotions again.
Fair enough. And Epos returns to the lab. Aaron,
Yes.
Mhm.
Ipos comes running up to Aaron, going, Aaron! Ipos figured puzzle! He's waving the note in the air.
puzzle. You sure you didn't just jam a bunch of food in the nightmare bear's mouth?
That puzzle!
Right. That was more. Okay, get going. Go on.
It give clue to next puzzle, and he's holding the paper out for you to read.
Aaron's gonna turn and look at the paper.
you see
Pickle
the,
fright.
yeah, the image to the right, a capture thing.
That doesn't mean anything to me. I mean, what does pickle fright even mean?
Oh? You get pickle food sometime. Not sure
Yeah,
how
but
pickle
it's
fright.
not like a nickname or anything, you know?
Ah, my little pickle fright.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was going. No.
Yeah, you have a feeling you'd remember if your father ever called you fucking pickle fright.
I'm afraid that's Ipos's nickname for you now.
You monster. Yeah, I don't got anything for you, man. I
Mm,
don't know.
Aaron Dad not like pickles? Or find pickles
No,
scary?
he was not that I know of.
Secretly, he's part cat and is just freaked out by, like, pickled cucumbers.
Cucumbers. Yeah, no, I can't tell you anything. That's weird. How the hell would he set up a puzzle?
It must
I've
not
never seen
know.
that before in my goddamn life.
He said there are more puzzles, though.
I suppose that's true, which is important.
Maybe big scary box robot construct thing. Maybe that part of puzzle.
Maybe.
Maybe you gotta let it out.
Let's hold off on that, man. Try to maybe walk before we leap off a cliff.
If Buzz can walk, he does a little walk to
It's a
demonstrate.
figure of speech.
Okay. He sort of starts just wandering around the lab looking for things that may seem pickle related. You can go back to what Evan was doing.
Does Erin want to do anything within her father's lab?
All right. I will say also that this place is multidimensional. This is the first layer, apparently. Apparently, he also sealed off second layers of the house until the puzzles are solved, which would mean that I'm ready to deal with the dangerous shit. Oh, come on, Dad. I guess he never really did approve of me wandering through the ruins of Silvermount. Yeah, I guess find more puzzles. Aaron's also going to go look through the book. He said there was a list of things I could and could not touch as he dictated.
Oh, you can touch everything in here.
No. But the book said you can touch this project, you can touch this project, don't touch this project.
Oh, yeah, he has a few things like that, though none of the projects that are listed in there are really in here, it looks like.
Oh, okay.
Or,
Aaron's gonna have
however, I mean, there are a few books within the lab, though. Some of them are important, others are not. If you look in the journal, you can see that there's actually 3 books which you can properly read, kind of. I'll write out a list in chat of the other books that are in the northern shelf.
Aaron's also gonna have a stupid idea and poke all the projects that she's allowed to touch, like she's pushing buttons in the journal.
Poking the words in the book does not appear to do anything.
Figured.
Put them kids in your iPhones.
All right.
Meanwhile, all the books on the southern side of your father's lab appear to be more journal-y sort of things.
Hey, resonance theory. I'm familiar with that. I've already used that theory in one of my projects.
This is why I worry that I've named 2 different things the same thing.
No, I mean just like the amethyst thing. I described it as using resonance and stuff like that to locate
Right.
4 dimensions. That's just a subject Erin knows about, so she'll pick it up and skim through it.
That is one of the books that has the handout, which I guess I'll flash up to everyone for now.
That is my father's handwriting, I'm assuming.
Yes, imagine it looks not like mine.
Got it.
I haven't had to write words for like 4 months and I've forgotten how to.
Yeah. I'm kind of experiencing that right now as I'm writing all my numbers in this inspection report. Like, oh, geez, oh, fuck, oh, God.
Oh, the music ended. I realized I didn't put on it. Oops. So I'm wondering why it's quiet. Let's see. Is Wolf up to anything, or is he just sort of doing the same thing as Ash, is looking at shit?
He's kind of looking around idly, but like other than really shiny things, nothing here's really interesting. It's just, oh yeah, there's stuff and more stuff, and it feels weird because we're in someone else's house.
Technically. Yeah, I mean, there's a few shiny things. There's like a few pieces of almost finished jewelry on this table. There's some kind of weird archaic vase on this shelf, along with some kind of weird silver sheened action figure sort of thing.
Maybe he'll sketch the vase.
Fair enough. As you sketch the vase and it's strange like what's the word I'm looking for? Glyphs on it. You notice, oh, there's a tiny little portrait of Erin and her family. You can see her sitting in the middle and between her mother and her father.
Change of plans. I'm going to make a copy of that.
Okay.
Or at least as quick as, or at least as best Wolf can with limited time.
Give me a craft painting check then.
Wolf shall do so.
You know, it's pretty good, especially considering you have, the exact thing you want to draw right in front of you. Pretty good.
He has masterwork drawing tools, which are included in that, so...
Like, looking at it, if you had the time to colour it in, I mean, you've got the lines, you could probably even recreate that.
As I guess that's what Silas will see Wolf doing, is making a near perfect copy of the portrait. Plus it's good for his art. It's good for art club. So, not quite. Imagine how towering he'd be in that picture.
That's not very funny.
He'd have to be like kneeling down next to them. Even then, he'd be big.
It'd be a funny prank just to eventually replace the picture in there and see how long it takes Aaron to notice.
Actually, that's something he might do later, or a different task, though.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Wolf doesn't have anything he's too interested in here. Like, this is Aaron's place, and it's not really his place to poke, plus there's nothing really here. All of Aaron's stuff confuses him. So he's just going to basically just chill out here for the most part. Question Silas and his choice of drinks.
That's a good question. Why the fuck does Silas have tea in a bottle?
Because he likes to keep something to drink on him.
He can't afford a
For
flask.
times like this. Why would he have it in a flask? Why would you
Keep
tea
it
in a
warm.
flask? Flasks don't keep things warm. Thermoses do, but we don't have thermoses.
Right, we don't differentiate.
You don't have thermoses, you primitive scum.
Yeah, you're different. But
The
he
rest
keeps
of the
it,
world
he
doesn't
keeps it
know
in a
what a
glass
thermos
bottle
is.
on mint.
Iced tea.
Yeah, it's basically chilled tea anyway.
Fancy.
Yeah, yes, that is Silas.
And technically, there is like equipment to make tea in the kitchen as well. This place is actually fairly well kitted out with some strangely sort of mystical, sort of arcano-techy stuff. As mentioned in the chat, the fireplace isn't actually fire. There's some kind of large red gem set inside which ambiently glows with heat. Apos could have noticed when going into the kitchen, there isn't actually like a faucet or anything for the sink. Instead, there's a small sort of round mechanical widget that just seems to ooze water.
Was there a jar of pickles?
And I feel like, yeah, you could probably find a jar of pickles if you really wanted one.
Aha, now how do I combine this with frightening? He's taking that note very literally.
That's fine.
Oh, I had the
Yeah, no.
wrong person.
I know you mean for candle fodder.
Yes.
And look at it, yeah, it just appears to be like a plain elementally fire-aligned gem. Some kind of amber, maybe. Ash can choose to turn up or turn down the heat as she wishes, or as they wish.
That's your fire resistance.
I think I've got like 5.
Let us non-fire resistant people take a few steps towards the door. We know what temperature Ash likes it, and it's hotter than us.
Aaron can-
Ash is hot
Aaron can-
enough as it is.
Aaron can see Ash looking at this gem kind of wantingly, I guess. And Aaron's just going to walk past, grab it with tongs, and hold it out for him.
The fireplace cuts out.
Wait, really?
Yeah. I mean, you can look at it. I mean, I'm still debating whether I want it or not.
Yeah, no, I wanted to feed that to my son.
We can talk about it.
Yeah.
But right now,
So
you
go
can look
ahead
at it.
and- I mean, I know what it is. That's not the question. You can go ahead and put it back for now if you're still undecided as to its fate.
Aaron puts it in her pocket.
Ash is just like sitting there watching the pocket for a moment, wondering, is she about to burst into fire?
Aaron appears fine. The gem's a little bit warm, but nothing that bad. Ash, roll my perception check.
Aight. That should be 2 lower because I'm not actually sharing a space with Bluebell right now.
Fair enough. 21 is still good enough. You actually see, as the corner of your warder's eyepiece catches, like, the sight of something inside the fireplace. Looking closer, that's kind of why. There's, like, runic arrays written inside the fireplace that amplify the fire and direct it outwards.
Ooh.
I must study
Yeah,
this.
you may
I
want to take
must
note of
learn
that.
how to explode things.
In fact, looking around, among the few magical things in this place, most of them have some kind of, like, safety feature written in. Like, the sink is designed so it won't overflow, same with the sort of stuff in the bathroom. The fireplace is set to never, it shouldn't explode without outside influence.
So as long as Ippos doesn't touch it.
Pretty much.
Yeah, but touchy shiny.
Well, you can touch it now that the fire gem's out.
But that was the shiny.
Yeah. So, anyone have anything they wanted to do? Because I have an idea of what I want to do next.
What do you want to do next?
I want to take a look at the mechanical cat.
That thing?
Yeah.
Ash can certainly have a look at the mechanical cat. Getting closer to it is pretty clear it's actually not mechanical, though Ash, you can feel something strange from it.
Huh.
And Aaron, you'd actually know what this is. This is, beyond the other weird animal things in this place that you don't quite remember, such as the bear and the dog's head. The cat statue is one thing you remember. Your father said he actually bought it at, like, some kind of convention or something. Apparently it's a good luck charm. Not that he particularly believed in luck, but he said it couldn't hurt. Underneath it is pinned a note that has stuff on it like, "Ask Maria if we can have soup. Need more filaments." But Ash, you feel this sort of strange tickling feeling inside you. You get the feeling that this is actually maybe something sort of similar to what you can do, but more on an object than rather than a person. Whoever made the statuette has imbued it with a measure of luck.
Aaron's kind of like sees Ash like just kind of put a hand on the statue and go, "Oh, I know what you are. Oh, that's clever."
Stop fondling that cat?
No. Aaron, the cat's hollow, and on the inside are like chants and prayers for luck, and it creates this sort of field of luckiness.
Okay. We kind of just bought it at a pawn shop. Well, bought, but yeah.
Yeah, no, this thing is real.
Huh.
This is a real good luck charm. I mean, this is the kind of thing that you should probably take back with you.
Okay.
It's really
Sure.
kind of just meant to sit somewhere and like help you not like accidentally knock something over or trip on your own bootlaces.
Oh, that'd be good to put in Wolf's Kitchen.
Yeah. It's one of those things that it helps. Probably not enough for like an adventure, but like, maybe I could actually do something with it. I could probably. Although I don't know how much. Do you work on a as Ash starts going through like ideas of like, how could I possibly tinker with this thing using magic mumbo jumbo bullshit?
Strangely enough, it actually seems quite powerful. Whoever made this would have had to be a very proficient, is a consumable vendor. Seems to have been a very proficient witch. Weirdly enough, yeah, it looks as if it's almost like out of luck. Well, maybe you could do something about that. After all, you are a beneficous witch.
Yeah.
Your whole entire shebang is like giving power to other things.
Yes, I am a Velomancer.
That.
Yeah, Aaron, I'm taking the cat. I am going to figure out a way to make the kitchen luckier or something.
All right, go for it. Also, I just got done with work. I'm gonna dip out for about 45 minutes, and I'll be back.
Okay.
This is where you break everything.
This
Yeah.
is where we loot the house while she's gone.